Well, seemingly like we're going to be having some very interesting things happening in Fairy Tail 484. Now, to get that out straight immediately from this video, I'd like to say that it was Golden Week in Japan, so that's pretty much why we weren't getting the chapters, or supposedly. Shonen Jump has actually had a bunch of leaks actually from their like Bleach chapters, from Boruto, from One Piece, and this is strange as it was like, well, this like what's going on, you know, this is like Golden Week, we normally don't get the chapters, and considering that we've actually seen spoilers and they're actually legit, there's probably no surprise as well that Fairy Tail is going to be late as well, since it's in a different magazine and it normally comes out around about Monday and spoilers normally come around about like Saturday, Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually get these chapters like details probably maybe even Tuesday, Wednesday for that. Like, it could be any time that we get these spoilers dropped. So since there's nothing to talk about at the moment, I decided to do for today is that we're going to have some maybe talk about what's going to be happening in the next chapter of Fairy Tail, and kind of talk about, you know, how we're doing so far in the terms of manga, you know, quality and all that, how we're doing against, you know, since how was the 9-heart fight and all that good stuff. So being that we know some details already that the next chapter is being called like the Monstrous Six or like the Monster Six, now we're questioning like, well, who's the Monster Six? And guessing since we saw from what Aline, since we saw from the snow, it's pretty much a big guess that we're going to be seeing from Gargiel's team. So if you guys can count like correctly, we had Lizana, Mira Jane, Panther Lily, Levi, Gargiel, and Elfman. That's 6 people right there, and what we saw from them, they were in Northern Fury, where they were like seeing what happened to Sabretooth and like Blue Pegasus, and last time that we saw them, they got completely fucked up, and like, we haven't seen anything on them for a while. I think it's been near around a month since we've seen anything with that team, so it's kind of surprising that we hadn't had like a single little bit moment to like onto. So my guess, normally like how it's going, all that, like we could potentially see a fight between Aline and these characters themselves. Now that'd be very interesting if like this team actually loses to Aline at all, because a lot of people from what we're saying, and also as well I think that might be happening, is that we might actually have a clash between Mira Jane and Aline, since it makes sense, since like obviously like everyone's seeing like, oh, since she's like Urza as well, this might be able to bring like a message back to Urza, and then they'll be able to fight again. I believe actually if like Mira Jane actually fights this person, that this woman has got some sort of re-equip or some kind of transformation magic, a lot like Urza does. Since it seems like the main operation that like Gargiel and the rest of them are going to be having at the moment is that they're probably like their main objective right now is to like actually retrieve the Sabretooth and Blue Pegasus members and get the hell out of there with the injured. But if there's such a large army there as well, and we saw Aline clearly was in the snow, then this may be actually Aline's warriors right now, or someone else completely. I wouldn't be surprised at all if actually like we might actually have like this other Spriggan that we haven't encountered yet, since we still got one more member to be revealed. So potentially maybe Gargiel could fight this member while Mira Jane has this fight with Aline, and even if that's the case, I don't see Mira Jane at all coming out of it. I mean, because if you think like who exactly there is the strongest members out of that team, it's obviously between Gargiel and Mira Jane. I mean, considering that like from what we see with Mira Jane, like she's actually able to turn into Sailor, and then you got Gargiel with the Shadow Dragon mode like as well, with combining it with the Iron Dragons, like there's like they're the highest powerhouses out of this team so far. So it begs to differ if it actually like is Mira Jane is going to be fighting Aline. It's like, well, what's the power? Everyone's saying like she has like a kind of different thing, like she has like a magic version of the re-equip thing, like since we've seen from her staff, but then it could also resolve back into animals as well, since we've seen the leopard print from there, which is going back from like old Urza's design, where she actually had like a falcon or like a bird on her back. She had a spear. She had a lot more of a wild design than what she does as the knight that we originally saw in Fairy Tail. It would be kind of interesting, like actually, if it was like, well, if it gets Mira Jane, unless it's someone that's known for, you know, like transforming into like different kind of versions of demons and like animals and with the animals. So it's like with the takeover, that'd be kind of interesting seeing like, oh, you get to go against that. But then as well, I don't feel like you know, this is someone that's meant for like, you know, Mira Jane, because like this is still felt like this is someone that is meant for Urza. But then I said like classically like over like weeks and weeks before, it's like, if this person was the Urza, then why did she have to help with 9-heart, and then also as well, why did she have to take down Argyle? It would have been so much better if it was another Fairy Tail member or someone else clearly to take down. Although you can like also as well argue with the whole thing about like Argyle that it did take a fucking cannon as well to help take him down, which I do like that a lot. It showed how strong he was. So, like, apart from, like, either the two guesses on, like, Aline's magic, for, like, the most probably being obvious that she has some kind of re-equip, but maybe involves with animals. Maybe that's, like, sort of her situation, that she'll be able to, like, use any other kind of animal, maybe being the leopard prince, or that she, like, with the staff, like, showing that she's an actual magician, like, maybe she can actually change the elements of the magic. Maybe she can choose, like, any kind of magic, kind of on some August level stuff. I'm kind of curious to see what's going to be happening on this northern front, like, while we battle like that, because I don't think we're going to be seeing this whole fight on the eastern front with Natsu and all that in a while. I think, like, we're going to be maybe seeing that, like, side by side, like, seeing, like, him, like, arriving there and just beating up some goons, but I still can't picture, like, Natsu going against August. Like, a very weird matchup. I don't think this is going to be a very jam-packed chapter of Fairy Tail next week, but I think, like, a big focus of it is maybe going to be rescuing, like, all the, like, the Sabretooth members alongside the Blue Pegasus, and then maybe we might see at the end of the chapter, like, either Guard Shield or Mira, they might end up facing someone. If it's Aline already, I'll be pretty goddamn excited. That's all from me, everyone, so thank you very much for watching as always, and if you love Fairy Tail as much as I do, then you hit that like and you hit that subscribe down below. I'll see you guys next time.